The James Project is a local nonprofit addressing the foster care crisis in our county with resources to help community members consider how they can join the effort of helping every child have a safe and loving home. Executive Director of the James Project, Olivia Hayes, joins me. Olivia, glad to have you joining us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yes. Okay, the James Project does incredible work in our community. Let's talk a little bit about who you guys are and what you do.
The James Project, we exist to serve foster families in our community. We're based out of Sangamon County in central Illinois, and we just do that. We serve foster families through all of our programming. Our three main ways that we do that is through our James Project homes. We buy large homes in central Illinois. We make them really beautiful, and then we rent them to foster families for $1 a year. With that, we provide wraparound support for the family, just allowing them to have a bit of breath of fresh air. They're doing a really tough and expensive job, and we want to be there to support them. We also have another branch of our ministry that serves foster children all throughout Sangamon County, central Illinois. When they're placed into a new home, we call that the closet. We collect resources. We're able to provide those straight back to foster kids as they're placed into a new home. So they have caseworkers submit requests to us, and then we service them with shoes, coats, clothes, bedding, beds themselves, hygiene kits, whatever they could need as they move into a new home, and make that stay really easy for them.
Yeah.
And then we also have a branch where we recruit and mentor people as they're entering into the foster care process. Sometimes it's really difficult and hard to just know your next step, so we walk alongside them and provide mentorship.
Well, clearly a very valuable resource for so many in our community doing very important work. How did the James Project come to be?
The James Project was founded 12 years ago by a woman named Jan, and she is fantastic. She just had this longing in her heart to be able to help kids in need. She learned that one of the main issues that foster children face is being separated from their sibling groups, and she just wanted a place where they could stay together. And that's kind of where the James Project homes were birthed out of that idea of just keeping sibling groups together, supporting foster families as they do hard work, and making sure the family unit is healthy.
Yeah. What those kids experience, I mean, I truly can't even imagine how difficult it would be on so many different levels. Can you give people a little bit of a perspective of what some of these kids endure?
Yeah, we describe it, the foster care situation in Illinois in general is not even in a crisis anymore. It's in a state of emergency. In Sangamon County alone, we have 625 kids in care. And you think with that you'd have kind of a matching amount of homes to support them. In Sangamon County, we have less than 200 foster homes that are licensed for kids to stay in. So when kids are unable to go to a safe and stable home, what happens to them is kind of the question that people ask. And a few things do happen. They often stay at DCFS offices in a place where they do not need to be, spending the night for multiple nights, weeks on end sometimes. With that, they're actually showering at truck stops, which you don't even anticipate or think about when you're thinking about staying at a public office building.
Yeah.
On top of that, kids can be put into hospitals, mental health institutions where they don't need to be, or shipped away to different group homes that are also outside of their community. So they're taken away not only from their family, but also from the community that they grew up in. So it's really in an actually emergency state where we need people to step up and be there for the kids in need.
Yeah. And where does the James Project come in to situations like that where there's these kids that they're wonderful kids and they just need a place to go? That's literally the bottom line. They need a community member that has a safe and open home to them. But where does the James Project come in that process and help connect them with those homes?
That's a great question. So we are not necessarily a licensing agency on our own. We're what we call a bridge organization. So we work with both the families, the foster families, and the agencies in Sangamon County mostly to connect those opportunities. We also provide a lot of engagement events where people who are thinking about becoming a foster parent can actually take that next step and make that a reality. Because a lot of people sit on this for, sometimes as long as 7, 8 years of thinking, I need to do this thing, I need to do this thing. And we get to provide that last push that says, you can do this thing and we're here to support you in it.
Yeah, now if someone is thinking hey, this has been on my heart and mind for a while now, I'm ready to start taking those next steps, but I need someone to kind of walk me through what this is going to look like. What are those next steps that they can take to maybe get in touch with you guys?
That's a great question. So if you Google the James Project, you can get in touch with us right away through a contact form, through calling our office, through emailing us. We would love to just walk you through what those next steps are. But some of the things that you can do just practically would be to look at your local DCFS office and figure out when your next set of classes that you need to take to get licensed would be. I know that in Sangamon County, the next one is on June 29th. So you can just look and see in the schedule where you could maybe start fitting that into your schedule. You could also just kind of help support the organizations in your community that are already serving and mentoring and providing support for foster families. We love when people come alongside us and can provide wraparound support for families, whether that's helping with yard work, making cookies, making meals. There's so many tangible little things we can do to create an environment of support for people. Foster parents are quitting at such an alarming rate. Foster parents will quit after 1 year. 50% of them will quit after 1 year. So if we can retain the people who are already invested in doing that through providing support for them, I think that it will just make a better community for all of us.
Yeah, there's so many different ways for people to get involved, whether that is making cookies or whether that's opening your home and beginning this process of caring for a child in our community. We appreciate the work that you're doing here. And of course, if you are interested in maybe learning more about the James Project or beginning this journey and helping give a child a safe home, we'll connect you with all the details over on our website, CILiving.tv.